Hello friends, today we discuss about string and its functions. First we have a string, single line string, that's is our variable initialize a string, that's a hello. We write in a double colon. We also initialize like that in a single colon, and by print we print our string, and if we want to write a multi-line string, then we use a triple colon like that, and you can print like that. String behaves like array, that's mean we can iterate with our index values, or we can access the elements with the indexes values. Like here we access e, that a of 1, that means a of this element belongs, because arrays start from 0 and strings also start from 0 indexes. Now iterate our string using a for loop. We iterate the string using a for loop for I in a, that means first iterate a first value of that's h, that's h, and we print here, and then e print, then e, then l, then o. And next function is a length. We'll check the length of a string, that it is a len in which we pass a string, that's a, then it gives a 5 value. You can also check a 1 2 3 4 5, that's 5 value. Check the string present or not. If we want to find a particular string present, particular word present or in our string or not, then we check like that. That's our string. The best things in our life are free. The free in a text, and free is present in our string, that gives us a boolean value, that's a true. Boolean values are true or false values. Or we also like that if we want to not in text, that it gives a false value, that means it's present in our string. Expensive not in text, expensive not in our text, that gives a true value because it's not present. Slicing, how to slice, ask me how to slice our string, that start from 2 and end up to 5, 0 1 0 and 1, that's a 2 3 4 2 3 4 up to 4, it gives that values. Slice from start, let's print all characters at 5 index, HELLO, hello, 0 1 2 3 4 up to 4 index, it prints the values. Slice from end, if we want to print from here to end like that, you can print up to here, and is not initialized are there. Active indexes are also are there. -5 to -2, that's mean here too we check 1 2 3 4 5, that's O, that's so RL, and -2 is this ORL, -2 is coming like that. Modify string. Now we modify our strings. Our master tag class is our string, but first we capitalize in this first letter is capitalized of our string, and count of a, if we want to check how many times a comes in our string, it gives us 2 values, there's a 1 and there's 2, that's why it gives you 2. Lower, it converts into a lower letter upper, it converts into upper letter. Strip, remove the spaces from start from our string. If at here like that here space, then it removes by strip function. Strip replace function. If we want to replace a by j, then like that it prints register. If we want to split then it returns a list. Like we split by a space, you can also split by a colon, and here we can initialize a condition how to split. If we have a characters in our strings and like a comma values, then we initialize here like that comma like that. If we want to reverse our string like that, you can double colon -1. String concatenation, that's mean we add up the two strings. We have two strings A and B. We take a new variable C, and in this variable we concatenate by a plus sign, addition sign. It prints a C hello world. String format, that's important for everyone. It's the most important function of a string. We have a quantity 3, id demo, and price is this, and order my order, that's our string. Like these colon values are used in our format. Like a quantity shows in this, and it demo shows in this, item number shows in this, and price are shows in this, like that print here. You also, if you do not take a new variable, then initialize also in our print function is also. If you want to print like if quantity at a second place and IT number at a one place and price is the first place, like that you can initialize. Like price is our second and it at here present, like that, and 0 positions as a quantity, that's why here quantity present. Escape characters, as illegal characters, use escape characters like that. If you want to, we have two strings in this, we add a variable, then it gives like that error, that's an invalid syntax error. And now for if we want to add like that, then you can like that initialize. It's the Vikings. There's a single quotes. If you initialize a single quotes letter in our strings, like that you can initialize by a slash command. This is our backslash. For a new line you can use a slash n. For a return value, that's why slash r is used here. For a tabular space, okay, if you add one tab space in our two words, then you initialize /t. If you initialize octal values and convert into strings, like that you can initialize. If you have hexa values, then you want to convert into a text values, like you can initialize like that. And some another method of strings, like a case fold values, like that you can initialize at a center. If you want to add, there is a You can occupy like an array at 20 spaces, and in between he's a present. Our string is present in between. That's like work here. Count he. Let's count he in how many times comes in our strings, like a 0, because it cannot come in. If you want to convert our strings into a particular format that you cannot show to anyone, like that, you cannot use the encode function. Sorry. If you decode this like that, you cannot decode by this. If you want to check our strings what ends with, like that, you can use the ends with function. That's here are tabular spaces, that's why it gives one tab space in between. You can also, if you want to take a less space in between, then you can use a text expand tabs. Expand tabs is control over tabular spaces. It occupies 2 character values, like here in between is 2 character values. Is a find a welcome, where it gives a welcome position 5, 6, 7. That's why after 7 it gives welcome. That's why it gives a 7. Text, it also works. It's like these booths all look like a same work. Like it also gives an index, and it also gives us index value. If you want to check numeric is alphanumeric values. Alphanumeric values A to Z are letters, alphabets, and 0 to 9 these are numbers. These are our alphanumeric values, but in not come is special characters like that, @ dollar, and print. When print, then it's true, because in this not a present @ Now if we check alpha is alpha values. His alpha means for checking it's all character values. That's a true, because in this numeric values are not a special characters. For check the is decimal value or not, you can use a decimal function. If you can check is digit or not, then you can use this digit function, like that. For demo if you have a demo is a variable or not, or you can create a variable is not, then you can use identifier. At there we have a identifiers to, because we know we cannot in variables we have not come first a number. That's why it gives a false value. In between they cannot use a space, that's why it gives a false values. These all depend on our variable conditions. Is alphanumeric, it's a numeric, it's numeric values. It works like a is digit function. If you want to join a 2 tuples or a 1 tuple, like that, you can join by a hash function as a tuple values. Now we have a dictionary. These are the key values, country and name, and this is a Sohan. This is our key, and the variable values, key and values. These are values of keys, key name and country are keys, and John and Norway is our values. If we initialize a separator as a test, if we want to initialize like that. Name test country, because in join we get only key values. By key values we can get number of values of a dictionary, like that's why it gives like that. Or find it find a R index from a return a -1 if not found. Print XX when find a casa where its position is a 12 position. It's from our right hand. That's why I like that. It's appear present. This also find our index is both our work look like same exception, but it gives a exception if error found. If star is similar like a star with function, hello is star with hello, that's why printer choose swap keys. If you like that, if a hello is a H is a capital case and another is a lowercase letters, it converts like that. And the opposite of the cases, another is a title case, like a title like that. W is a welcome is a W capital and a 2 is a T capital and my is a M capital and world is a W capital. If you sky characters of a string, and 83 is our S character and 80 is a pre character. If you want to translate a dictionary, then you can like that. And translate this mean as to convert a P. Goes as Sam and it's return our Pam. And F, that's not much useful, but you know about that. If you have a Z fill function that fills with the zeros, it takes 10 characters 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. It takes 10 values and including 50 like that. And when print a 50, another is filled with 0 at our right hand side, at the left hand side of this, and a text banana or just like that is 20 after 20 space it's register values. If you convert a hash split by hash with one, that means when we have a hash, then take has a one variable and another is taking has another element of a list. That means we have a 2 element of a list. If we work like that, split by hash, then we returns like that values. Every element before hash is taking a different index values, like apple take a different, banana take a different index value, cherry take a different index values. Split lines are used when it have a /n function of a string. Then it takes /n and convert into a different index values like that. One index value and there's a second index values. Repartitions, if you have bananas like that, you can have partitions of this. So thank you. You can check the file and description. So thank you.